Hello, this is Rod, Live Within Your Means. I never thought my first day really going out and finding morels would be like this. I don't know how much these weigh altogether. I guess I probably ought to find out. But it's actually pretty incredible to get a catch like this. I don't know if I'd say a catch, a find, because it took many hours to find all of these morel mushrooms. And I guess what I'll do is I'm going to get a dish out and I'm going to weigh this dish, and then I'm going to put it on a scale and see just how much these weigh, because it's a pretty incredible amount of morels, not to mention the size. These are big morels, and some of them are huge. And the guy that took me said this is one of the best days that he's had this year in finding morels. And yeah, well, I'm going to find out just exactly what these weigh. Looks like this big dish here weighs 5.1 ounces. So I'm going to put these back in the dish and see just how many of these we have. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that's a part of one, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, man, there's some of these are big, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, we'll call the rest of this 64, and then, you know, some other little pieces here. Maybe I'll call it 65, 64 anyway, right? That is really incredible. And we're going to see here what it weighs. And let's see. Wow. I think that's 3 pounds. And 9.5 ounces minus the 5.1. Yeah, it's a little over 3.3 pounds. So almost 3.5. Almost 3.5 pounds. So I didn't have 4 pounds like I thought I did, but it's definitely almost 3.5 pounds. So 3.9. What is it? 3 and 9, 6. Okay, those are ounces. Yeah. So basically 3 pounds, 4 ounces. That's really incredible. That is really incredible. So I'm going to put these here in the sink because they need to be washed. But definitely over 3 pounds of morels. Now I don't know how much these things cost per pound. If you bought them, I remember seeing some morels up in Whole Foods in Colorado when I was up there, but they were a lot of money. That's what I do remember. So I didn't buy any, but yeah, they were very expensive. And we're going to see what we can do to wash these off. I wanted to weigh them before getting them all wet, because obviously that could increase the weight quite dramatically. But we're going to wash these off, and then hopefully you can see this. Try to wash them off well. and I'm going to cut the real dirty parts off because my friend Blaine told me that you know, where the roots are, or where they go in the ground. It's called mycelium. They don't call it roots on these. But yeah, they need to be cleaned up. So I thought I had a little paring knife in here, but I don't see it. So I'll just use this knife here. That's all right. And see if I can't get this a little closer. We want to make sure these are as clean as we can possibly get them, because they get a lot of dirt. They're very porous, and as you can see here, the morels have a lot of surface area. And so we cut these off with a blade just right around ground level. Some of these are just absolutely incredible, the size of these. It was really exciting when we hit these great big ones. Yep, that was definitely exciting. So try to clean these up the best that we can. I'm going to put water in this other sink too, but I really think I need to do this as we go. I don't know if this plugs up and works. There we go, there we go. Some of these look like they've been eaten a little bit by bugs. I don't really know. We just want to have them cleaned up good. So there were a few on hillsides that I pulled. They were coming right off the hill. So I cut that off because that dirt, he said, it's really hard to get out of, you know, where it's attached down by the part that's under the, you know, below the surface. So we'll do our best. We'll certainly do the best that we can on these. And then I'm going to cut up some of the big ones and try to dry them in a food dryer. And then, yeah, cut some of the big ones out to eat. I guess it doesn't matter, the smaller ones, they've got a lot of surface area, so I really think they'll probably dry quite well in the food dryer, but I really don't know how well that's going to work, but I do know that people dehydrate them. So that's what we're going to try to do, and get these cleaned up. But that is really exciting. I was just hoping to see a few, and because I've never seen them before out in the wild. I saw one when I was young. That was it. That was it. I saw it where my dad had an elm tree cut down, and then paid someone to come and grind up the roots, you know, the stump, and a morel grew on that pile. And I thought that was so exciting, hoping there'd be spores from it. Oh my goodness, I just realized something. This water may be full of spores, and I want to save this water so that I can, well, use it to pour in certain places to try to grow some morels up in the mountains. So that is what I think I am going to do. And yeah, I'm going to save a bunch of this stuff. I'll fill some of these milk jugs with this this liquid that's bound to be full of the spores, and that is going to be valuable to me because I want to be able to see morels growing in some places that I haven't seen them growing. I know these are black morels, and they grow really up under the pine trees, mostly in the places where there's pine trees. And well, these grew really quite a high elevation. Now I know that they can grow at lower elevations, and I know that they're really prone to the areas where there's pine trees and a lot of pine needles underneath. So I will find some places to pour this, what should I call it, a brine? Now that needs to be cut off there. But yeah, I'll find some places to pour that and hope that over time that mycelium will grow down there in the soil. I'll experiment and pour some of it in different places, and we'll see, you know, where it grows best. It may take a few years. I really don't know, and I'll do a little bit of research on it. I'm not going to just let this go down the drain now that I'm thinking about it. Definitely don't want to do that. So all this stuff that I'm cutting off of these can be added back into the brine that I may just mix up in the blender, so that well, just to have everything that I can be put to use, to hope that it'll reproduce more morels in future years. So Blaine Washburn, he has a channel, calls himself the Utah Mushroom Hunter. He's the one that I went out with. He's been doing this for a few years. He actually said it took him 8 years to find his first morels, and he likes to cut them off and leave as much under the soil as he can. And when he gets these little, you know, little ones that are like 2 inches big, he likes to keep these, leave them there, and then if he's in a place where you can go back and check it again in a few weeks, then they'll be bigger. But he said it's so late in the season, he doesn't really have hope that these are doing anything but drying out. So he said, you know, pick them all and enjoy them, because they were dry. A lot of these were dry on the top, and some of them, as you can see this, they were, you know, getting eaten by other things, it looks like. And so I want to do my best, you know, to preserve and not waste these and get the spores, wash all the dirt out of these, but I really want to collect those spores, and hopefully, even though that's looking pretty wimpy, hopefully they'll still be good. Now, realize that I have never even tasted morels yet, and he told me something very important that I didn't know. He said you don't eat these raw at all. They need to be fully cooked, or not only could you get sick, he said it could kill you. So he said there was a restaurant up in, I think he said up in Montana, and they didn't cook them thoroughly, and a bunch of people got sick, and 2 of the people that ate them died. So not something to mess around with. Want to make sure that we cook them fully. I'm planning on slicing them up, cooking them in butter. Of course, I'll make sure that they're fully cooked. They're not really dense and heavy, so they should cook pretty easily. But yeah, look at that. I've got 3 to 4 gallons of brine here that is likely full of, you know, millions and millions of spores. So I am going to be saving that up and using it to pour in different places to see if it's possible to grow some morels. So I might even pour some around my dad's place. Not that any will grow there, but in hopes, right? In hopes that maybe some will grow. So, but I'll move it around. I'll try some different places here in the valley. I'll try some up the canyon. I'll try some way up in the pines up in the Uinta Mountains. And we'll see if we can get some growing. So, yeah, he didn't say anything about, when washing these off, about all the spores in it, but it's like, oh wow, I'm well aware that there's a bunch of spores, and those spores start growing the mycelium, and the mycelium put the mushrooms up above the soil as, I'm going to call it, a fruit that will you know, produce more spores for the future of the morels. So this, look at that, all brown, and to think I was going to let that down the sink, and then I remembered, it's like, whoa, we want this to be good. Now there's a little ant. I'm going to little ant crawling in the crumbs over here. But all this stuff is going to be utilized. So, I think what I'll do here is start filling these jugs, because I know I've got a bunch of stuff here that I don't want going to waste. That's really what it comes down to. So I'm going to get my funnel. Got a funnel made from the top of a pop bottle, and I am going to start pouring this in. I think, oh, my wife took the picture. She's got it in the freezer with popsicles made for the grandkids. Sorry, I have got to use that. So, some of these popsicles are going to have to be put in other places in the freezer here. Because I need to use this. And let's just move these a little bit. And we'll put some of these bottles right here where we can fill them up with this Morel Spore brine liquid. Yeah, whatever we want to call it. And so that's what I'm going to do, is fill a bunch of these up. I am not going to let this stuff go to waste. Maybe some of you have seen some YouTube videos where people have blended a whole bunch of these, or some of these Morels up. And, I think I overfilled this one. Gonna have to rinse those others off a little bit more again anyway. But there is 1/2 gallon of Morel brine. We'll put that aside. Fill up another. This was, kind of an exciting day, because having never found Morels before, and then finding over 60 of them, is pretty exciting. Knowing that part of our dinner tonight is going to be Morels, that's really pretty neat. Pretty neat. I don't know, maybe this liquid can be frozen too, because spores, obviously, a lot of them make it through the winter, and down in the ground, the mycelium growing. So I will definitely be doing some experimenting, and we'll see what works and what doesn't. But this is really exciting to me. Yeah, if I can find places where there's a bunch of wood shavings and stuff, and different places where I can try to see if I can get this stuff growing, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And there's 3/2 gallons of it. I will fill every jug that I can here, because I want to see Morels grow a little closer to home. We drove over an hour away from Pleasant Grove to a place that was up around 8,000 feet elevation, because it's already June. And Blaine was saying, hey, we got to go where it's cooler, where it's wetter, some north-facing slopes. That'll be the best chances we have of finding some Morels this late in the season. And by golly, there were 3 of us that we must have collected. I know that Blaine must have collected a couple of pounds, and me and the other guy each had over 3 pounds that we'd collected. Because Blaine was, he's got a bunch. He was kind to let us kind of do the bulk of the gathering, more than he did. So, alrighty. Let's see here. Now I know most people have not been successful at growing Morels. Some people have had some successes. I'm just assuming they're going to be good. Everybody always says they're the best. And a lot of people think they're the best tasting mushroom that there is. So I'll take their word for it. There's 2.5 gallons. Saw another gallon jug over here that I can use. Here's another gallon jug. And yeah. So consider keeping the water that you wash your morels off with and seeing if you can't distribute some of that in places in soil that'll be somewhat shaded and full of organic matter, especially in this case the black morels grow where there's a lot of conifers, you know, the pine trees up in the high Rocky Mountains. And anyhow, look at this. We have got almost 3.5 gallons of this spore water. Morel spore brine, whatever we want to call it. And I can even get a little bit more out of here. There's more. Wow. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. So, longer video, but you know, it's something that, in my opinion, it's something to celebrate. So, now some of you have collected morels before. Maybe there's some of you that know other people that have gone out hunting morel mushrooms and had some success. Please put your comments in the videos. You're welcome to like and subscribe. That will certainly help my channel. And this is the Live Within Your Means YouTube channel. So you can look at the other videos, like and subscribe, and put some comments. And your comments will help the videos to be seen by other people so they can realize that, hey, there is edible food in the mountains where they don't think there's anything to eat. And boy, talk about an edible food that is absolutely, well, I say absolutely delicious because of what other people have said. Again, I haven't had a morel yet. I haven't eaten one, but I'm going to be doing it tonight. So, thank you. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome to look at some of the other videos. This is Rod. Live within your means and have a wonderful day.